I'm Karen Kaplan. I am Chairman and CEO of Holliday, and I graduated from UMass Amherst in 1981. The easiest way to define Holliday is it's a full-service ad agency. Advertising is changing so much given social, mobile, digital communications, virtual reality, all the different channels. And so advertising as a descriptor doesn't really do it justice anymore. We're really more of a marketing communications firm. Clients tend to be in categories like retail, financial services, healthcare, technology, where there are hundreds, if not thousands, of different competitors. And those are the most difficult categories to succeed in, and that's what Holliday is really good at. When I'm asked to talk about specific campaigns, it's like deciding which are your favorite children. It's a really tough question. Some of the longer lasting campaigns include America Runs on Dunkin' for Dunkin' Donuts, which is a campaign that we introduced 10 years ago that has really served as the focus and the filter for everything Dunkin' Donuts has done in the past 10 years as a company. As a woman starting in the 80s, it was more challenging than hopefully it is today for young women starting in the industry. If I hit a wall this way, I would just kind of back up and I'd go 3 degrees that way and I would find a path for myself. Now, more of those paths were blocked, probably because I was a woman. I don't know, I've never been a man, so I can't speak to that. But I always felt like there's gotta be a way. It was relatively easy to step into the CEO job because I had done every single job leading up to that. So I had walked a mile in everyone's shoes. I could empathize. I was a French literature major at UMass. When you study a different language, you are forced to kind of use your brain a different way. You learn the value of paying attention, of really, really paying attention, and to sort of pick up clues and cues outside of sort of the easiest and most obvious way, which is through language. That has served me well in the profession that I practice today. I have a client who always talks about what he calls NBDBs, which means never been done before. And the greatest NBDBs of all time are the ones that you're able to study when you're studying humanities. You have 4 years where you can really study the great thinkers of all time. The authors, the philosophers, the artists, the filmmakers, where you can really study how they were able to form their ideas and their observations about the world, where original thinking comes from, and how to learn, how to listen, how to observe, and then sort of how to take that and distill that into original thought. UMass students will come in, whether they're interns or they're recent grads and they're coming in for their first entry-level job in the workforce. They typically come in ready to work. And I can't say the same for every university's graduates. What I'm looking for are people who are curious, open, and collaborative. And I think you become curious, open, and collaborative by studying the people who came before you who were curious, open, and collaborative. The advice that I would give a student in the humanities today would be to really study and learn how to think, how to communicate, how to get your ideas across, how to be original, because the ability to create original thought out of thin air will serve you well in whatever career you choose.